Welcome back to the Snazzy Sweets Kitchen. For those of you that are new here, hi, I'm Azzy, owner and founder of Snazzy Sweets Bakery, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make my amazing cinnamon rolls. All of the measurements for today's ingredients are going to be linked in the description box below so you can follow along at home. The very first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to warm up your milk. While our milk is warming up, we can start adding some stuff to our bowl, starting with our sugar, our yeast. We're going to add our warm milk. You want this between 100 and 110 degrees. We're going to add our flour and our salt. We're going to let this run on our mixer for about 5 minutes on a low speed just to get this initial dough combined. Now that we've got a pretty pliable dough put together, my butter got a little too warm in this room, but we're going to add this in here. It'll be just fine. We are going to mix this on about a medium speed for 20 minutes. It's going to need that full 20 minutes. We're developing gluten. If your dough is really tough, it's probably because you didn't mix it long enough to develop that gluten. Our dough is done. Our dough is nice and soft, it's super pliable, and now our dough needs to take a moment to rest. So I got out a piece of plastic wrap in front of me, and we are going to wrap up our dough. We're going to try and get it into a nice rectangular shape and as flat as we can that will fit inside of our piece of plastic wrap. We are going to put this in the fridge for an hour or two. While the dough is chilling in the fridge, we are going to put together our filling. So when our dough is done chilling, our filling will be ready to use. We're going to take our brown sugar. I'm using light brown sugar. Dark brown sugar will just give more caramelization across the bottoms of your rolls. I like a little bit of caramelization and a lot of cinnamon. Just going to give this a rough mix together. I want the cinnamon pretty evenly distributed. You can always do less cinnamon. You can do a different kind of sugar if that is your preference. Alrighty, it has been about an hour, hour and a half. We're going to lightly flour our work surface. Very lightly, we don't need a ton. This dough does not really stick to your counter, so you don't need a ton of flour. For my rolling pin, you don't need to have exact measurements. I just find it super helpful for even baking, especially since I do sell these. I have handy little attachments that are 1/4 of an inch. I like to give little quarter turns when I'm rolling out my dough and keeps it from sticking to the surface. Trying to keep a rectangular shape while doing this. Now that we've got our dough rolled out to a good size, we've got a good thickness. I have super soft butter. You really want your butter as soft as it can be without being melted. Since your dough is cold, that butter is going to refirm up pretty quick. I'm going to be using an offset spatula to spread it out and get a nice smooth even layer. Add about another 1/3 of our butter. We've got our butter nicely spread out. Now we can drizzle on our cinnamon sugar mixture. Get an even coating. I like to give it a nice pat once I have an even coating. Now that our dough is rolled out, we have our butter, we have our brown sugar, we have our cinnamon, our filling is done. It is time to start measuring out and getting those really nice, even cinnamon rolls. If you're just making these for yourself or your friends or your family or someone, you do not need to go to the lengths to making them absolutely perfect. I like how they turn out. I just have a more guaranteed even bake when you do it this way. And if you're selling them like I do, you want them to be as even as possible. Okay, we've got our rolls all portioned out. This recipe makes between 9 and 12 cinnamon rolls. It really depends how you roll out your dough. I try to do a 12 by 12 block and I usually get an even 9. This is how they're going to look when you roll them up. You're going to have a nice, beautiful, even spiral because we spread our butter and sugar so well. I have rolled up and placed on a parchment-lined baking sheet and covered with saran wrap the rest of the cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna keep these in the freezer, and when I want to rebake them, all you have to do is just take them out the night before, let them thaw overnight in the fridge, and then the next morning you can take them out for like a couple of hours. They need to come to room temperature and proof before you bake them, and they're gonna taste just as fresh as the day we made them. Now that we have the 4 cinnamon rolls that we are going to bake today, I like to put these in my countertop oven, and I'll put in the very bottom a pot of boiling water, and it creates like a mini proof box. You don't need to cover them with any plastic wrap or kitchen towel when you do it this way. Now that our cinnamon rolls are puffy, they are ready to go in the oven. We're gonna bake these at 350 for about 22 to 26 minutes. While our cinnamon rolls are baking, we are going to make the frosting that we are going to spread across the top once they come out of the oven. So we're gonna add our cream cheese first. We're gonna beat this on a pretty high speed until it gets some volume and fluffiness to it. before we add our butter. Okay, we've got our bowl scraped down. We're gonna just add in our butter. Okay, we've got our butter cream cheese mixture nice and combined. You can't really see any more cream cheese clumps or butter clumps. We're ready to add in our powdered sugar. I like to pre-sift my powdered sugar, totally optional. It is just gonna help you get a smoother cream cheese frosting. So we're gonna mix this on low just to get everything incorporated. So once everything is combined, we can kick it up to a medium speed. It is important with your cream cheese frosting not to overmix it. It is very easily to break this frosting if you do overmix it. We've got a nice smooth mixture. It's got a little bit of stiffness to it, so it'll be easy to spread. However, it is going to melt beautifully on top of our cinnamon rolls once they come out of the oven. Our cinnamon rolls are out of the oven. I started with 20 minutes because they were kind of smaller and I was only baking a couple. I'm glad I did because it was the perfect amount of time just to do a couple of them. It really depends how many you're baking at once and how hot your oven tends to run. You'll know when they're done when they're like nice and springy. They've risen more, they bounce back when you press into them because if they just sink in, they're gonna be pretty doughy. I like to wait about 10 to 15 minutes before I spread any frosting on them because if you put it on now, it's going to melt completely. So I'm gonna let these cool for about 5 to 15 minutes. Since there's fewer, I have a feeling that they're gonna take less time to cool, just like they took less time to bake in the oven. Okay, I've given them as long as I could possibly wait to cool, and I'm gonna dollop some frosting on them. And we're gonna give it a nice little spread, making sure we cover all 4 of them as evenly as we can, getting the corners. They are still a little warm, so it is gonna melt just a tad, but once they cool completely, you won't even know that they melted a little. It's got so much cinnamon and brown sugar and goodness. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. If you want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe. If there's anything in the future you'd like to see, be sure to leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you around the kitchen real soon. Happy baking!